Have her back up a little bit. Back up so you're not even touching your desk. There you go.
Yep. Oh, well, I already picked.
I don't.
She's the lazy.
I don't.
Oh, okay. Woohoo. Look at that. Okay. So, I am in college.
Should be recording.
I go to Antelope Community College. Does anyone know where that is, what that is? Yeah? Okay. So, I graduated 2 years ago. I came in second grade and I was doing this nursing. Mrs. Duval was my first grade teacher. Mrs. Williams wasn't here, sadly. That was my daughter. Anyway, I'm taking a class called Physical Science, and what we have to do is we learn all about the same concepts like chemistry, biology, Newton's laws, and all this stuff. And so I have a project, and I have to come to a class and present. So I picked you guys. You guys are pretty great. So have you ever tried balancing a pencil on the edge of your finger? Yeah? Woo! Are you guys any good at it?
I'm good at it.
Yeah. Nope, I don't want to see. I don't want to see. Oh, and I don't want to see. Okay. What if it had an eraser at the end? So a pencil, you can balance it pretty much right in the middle, but then once it gets an eraser on the end, you have to kind of move it around and try to find where does it go. See, it's not balancing right in the middle. Why is that? Anyone know? Samuel?
Because it's heavier on the bottom, so you have to move it towards the eraser.
Yeah. So you move it towards the heavier part, and then what happens to this part? Sean?
It gets longer.
It gets
heavier,
longer and
this
heavier.
gets shorter and it gets less.
Exactly, and then you're balancing the weight. Do you know what this center of gravity is? Sean?
It's the point where an object balances.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, it is. Center of gravity is when all the weight surrounding a particular contact point, so here's our contact point, right where my finger is touching the pencil, is equal. So I'm standing on the ground, and my center of gravity, my contact point is my feet, and I'm balanced all around. I'm not falling over. I'm not, that would be kind of silly if I just stood up and fell over. So what would happen if I did start to lean this way, and I'm shifting my center of gravity? What would happen? What would happen, Justice?
One foot would go up because all your weight is going in one direction.
Exactly. Do you guys know of any other center of gravity, when humans have another center of gravity? Recess. But give me an example. What are you thinking? Soccer? Yeah. So when you're running, you're shifting your center of gravity back and forth and you don't fall over. Now, what happens, do you think our stomach could be a center of gravity? Have you ever done that airplane game when your parents are lying on the ground and you put your stomach on their feet and they lift you up? And you go, I'm an airplane! Yeah? Have you done that? Yeah. So that's another point. Your stomach is a contact point, and all the weight surrounding your stomach is balancing the weight, and you can become an airplane. Okay. Now what happens if you're walking, and Mrs. Williams has just given you a ton of homework, and you have every single folder in your backpack, and your backpack is just so heavy, and you're walking out to the car. What does your body naturally do? So you have your backpack on, you're leaning back, Owen.
You tilt back.
You tilt backwards, so what do you have to do to...
Tilt forward.
Yeah, you have to tilt, so then you're walking around school like this, trying to balance out your center of gravity. See, every time we move, we're shifting our gravity from one place to another. Now, what happens if you're on a balance beam? Is anyone a gymnast? You are? So, what do you do on a balance beam? Because I'm not very good at it. And why do you put your arms out?
So you balance yourself.
So you can balance yourself. So when you're walking on the balance beam and you start to fall, you're shifting, you're bringing less weight over on this side so that more weight is on this side and you come back to center. Does that make sense? Yeah, okay. Now I have, Sean?
May I say a comment?
A comment? Save it for the end. I have a little demo. Now everyone, look it up very carefully. I don't want you to move it. Get up. Stand up. And gather around Emily's desk. Careful, careful, careful. Careful, careful.
Oh no, I slipped into it.
Okay. Here, someone come on this side. Can everyone see it? Yeah? Okay. So, what do you think I'm doing? Justice.
Putting the fire stick to see if that when you get lighter and then touch the
Don't touch
forks
it.
will
Don't touch it.
tip off.
Tip off. Okay. So Justice thinks that I'm gonna bring fire and light the toothpick, and the toothpick is going to burn, and the forks are going to fall off because we're shifting the center of gravity. Do you think that's right?
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah? Does everyone agree with Justice? Then I know, Firezville. We might have to go outside. Okay, so.
I love fire. So
Ready?
light of fire. You can't love
No one touch, no one touch. It's gonna burn, burn, burn.
What
about the glass?
Uh-oh. Let's see.
Oh, it melted on.
Doesn't that hurt?
Look. It's still there. How is that possible? What is going on? He said that it would fall off.
You glued it.
There's barely anything right there.
You
Sean?
glued it. Oh my gosh. That's not really the. I know what it is, and I can't really explain.
You can't explain it. What do you think?
Center of gravity.
It's the center of gravity, but there's nothing on the other side balancing all this heavy weight. There's nothing. How is that the center of gravity, Sean?
Because those forks are going that way, so those are on that side.
Oh, look at that. So there's weight over on this side. See, if you draw a line, the what is it called? A toothpick.
No,
A toothpick is really only until right here. So this and this, the tines of the fork, are one half of the center of gravity, and then all of this is the other half of the center of the other half of the center of gravity. So it's able to balance even without that little tiny toothpick. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so that's one demo. I have another one. Back to your seats. Thank you. Sorry. Now this one you guys can try at home. I don't know about the matches.
Oh, my brother did.
Can you do this?
I know I can.
You can, but your brother can? Okay. Well, you know, I'm just a little thirsty right now. There's something in there. I'm going to come do this on your desk. Okay.
Can you do it on my desk?
Oh, look.
Can you do it on my desk? Can you do it in my mouth?
Why did I say this before? Never tried to trick me. Okay. So, we're going to try to find the center of gravity. You can also do this with a salt shaker. That's my famous trick whenever I go to a restaurant.
That's why we don't take her anymore to the restaurants.
I try to balance the salt shaker on its side.
Oh, it's because the extra rim.
Yeah, so, yeah, there's a little, the flat part is the contact point. So you have, you know, the cup, but then there's also that, I can't draw. There's also that extra little lip on the bottom that's help balancing it. But then also the Sprite inside is balancing and shifting. Have you guys ever thrown a water bottle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With water in it?
Yes.
What happened? Oh, I don't want to throw a water bottle at me. Trying to give me a concussion? Crazy. Okay, so if you throw a water bottle, what happens? You're throwing it through the air. Do you know, have you ever, describe to me what goes on. Samuel?
It like twirls around in the air, and then when it lands,
Uh-huh.
like, well, with mine it keeps on like rolling over.
Yeah, so that's because, well, one, that's inertia. That's Newton's first law. So an object that in motion tends to stay in motion. So the water is in motion. It keeps staying in motion once it hits the ground. But the center of gravity keeps shifting because the water is moving inside the water bottle. So if the water if it was an ice block in your water bottle rather than water, it would just stay there and let me try to draw again. So water bottle, right here. Oh, no. Sorry? Did someone just ask a question? Yeah.
It doesn't really look like a water.
I know. Let me try again. Okay, so here's the lid. Is that better?
Yes.
Phew. Okay. So if you have an ice block right here, this would just slide straight. If it's the water inside, then the water is moving back and forth and it will go like that. Isn't that crazy? Because the center, oh, well, it's better if it's a little bit later.
Okay, you can pour it out in the sink in there if you want. All right, there you go.
Okay. So watch it fly.
That was loud.
That was loud. But did you see it shifted in the air? It twisted. Did you see that? Try it again.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's the center of gravity moving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's trying to balance it in the air, but it can't because the water keeps moving from the front to the back, from the front to the back. So anyway, I have a test for you guys. Do you have your pencil boxes or something in your desks?
A test?
A test. Surprise pop quiz.
Yay.
Pop quiz.
We never studied.
No, they don't need paper.
Yay.
Thank you. Okay, get out your pencil boxes. Pencil boxes, like the entire box. I see 2, 3, 4, 5.
You want this?
Okay. Okay. Now, I want you to use 2 fingers and try to balance.
Whoa.
Nope. Make sure your fingers are together. No cheating. Try to balance
There you
it.
go.
Everyone should have a different center of gravity because no one has their pencil box exactly the same. Oh, Inga has it.
I got it.
Your fingers are still separated. Keep them, see, like this. Put them together. Oh, good job.
Oh, darn it.
See, keep trying.
I got
Try this one. This one's like heavier.
fingers are white enough. I got
Yes, you are.
My fingers are getting there.
Good job. Okay, you can put this away. And good, just have it. Okay, you guys are getting crazy over here. Good job. Good job. Okay, put that away. So now you know when something is being balanced, you have found the center of gravity. I have found my center of gravity. I haven't found my center of gravity. This has found, well, if I can do it, its center of gravity. The fork found the center of gravity. And you found it with your pencil boxes. So good job, guys. That's it.